Hi Greedy 3Ders, you may have seen my review for the Anycubic X. If you haven't, I suggest you go and watch it. I'll put a link in the description at the end for you. Well, just an update really. You may be aware that I had a test version of the machine, so I didn't get a retail version, the version that you guys will get if you decide to buy one of these. And Anycubic had found a little bit of an issue with the printhead, and I noticed that sometimes when swapping filaments, it would just not do it properly. They identified the fault and they sent me a brand new printhead. Now, if ever in the future you need to change your printhead for whatever reason, let me just show you how easy it was. I'll talk you through and show you all the steps. Now, remember, you won't necessarily need to do this. I needed to do it on my test machine to bring it up to specification that you guys will be getting. But I think you'll agree, it was really easy to do. It's well constructed and the changing process was an absolute doddle. Here's how I did it. Have a look. So this is the new printhead for the Anycubic X, exactly the same, of course it is, as the one that's coming off, and that's what you'll get in the box. Now there's a couple of easy steps. First one is to remove the Teflon tubes or Bowden tubes, whatever you want to call them, by just pushing down on the top of the rubber and pulling the tube out. Do that to all 4 of them. And then next, the little clip at the back of the unit needs popping off. Really, really easy. Get a little plastic tool and just pop it off, and it comes off really, really well. Now we need to deal with the power, and there's a couple of steps here. As you can see on picture 1, the little connector there, it's white, it's got a little push-in clip, so push it in and gently just waggle it out. Be careful not to pull the wires, and then once that's out, you can pop that bit out there. The actual cable just pops out of the little gap in the casing. No, nothing else holding it in apart from it's a little bit tight, and pop it out and your power is off. Next, there are 4 screws that we need to undo with a long Allen key, and they are located here, as you can see. The biggest problem I found here was lighting, so I've popped a light in there just so I can see them, and I'm using the long end of an Allen key just to undo all 4 of them, and it doesn't take too long. It's not hard to do. As I say, lighting was the biggest issue, and when all 4 of them are undone, do you know what? You have taken the old unit off. It really is as simple as that. Next, we're going to take the new unit, which is absolutely identical, of course it is, and we're just going to give it a quick test fit just to make sure there's nothing in the way to stop it from fitting, and yeah, it's fine, it goes in lovely. Now, the way that I found was the easiest was to put the screw through the hole first and then bring the printhead to the screw. It just meant it was a lot easier to hold, especially for that first screw that you've got to get in. Give it a twist until it's nice and tight, and all the other holes then will pretty much line up. So once the first one's in and tight, get your second one in, get your third one in, and get your 4th one in. Again, the biggest issue I had with this was not so much lining them up, it was actually seeing where they were. So a headlight here made life really, really simple, and a magnetic Allen key wrench just to put your screw onto it and push that through the hole and into the receiving thread. Again, it wasn't hard, it was a little bit fiddly, but far from being a difficult thing for anyone to do, and I'm not particularly technically minded, but this was really, really easy. So once all your screws are in, and it won't take you too long at all, it took me around about 5 minutes. Once they're all in, you just reverse the process really. So obviously, first thing we need to do once everything is tight and your new tool head is in is pop the power back in. So plug in the plastic part and then reinsert the power. Gently push the plastic until it clips in. Once that's done, obviously the little plastic clip goes on the back and you are done. The next thing that I did do was I just powered the unit to make sure it was receiving some power, and this little line will appear, and that's wonderful. And I noticed I had an update to do. Now, this may be nothing to do with the printhead, but it was due an update, so I did that while it was on the bench, so to speak. The good thing with the Anycubic X, like the rest of the Anycubic machines, is it'll do all the updates via the Wi-Fi and firmware right there, wherever you are. You don't need to move across with any USB sticks. And once all that was done, I just did a test print, which was the Benchy. Of course, it's going to do a leveling. My advice, I guess, here is to try to do a full leveling test and vibration test again, because you have put a new printhead in, just to make sure everything works. I've loaded in some filaments. and I've just printed a bent sheet. I'm just going to do that just to make sure that everything flows through and everything runs as it should do, and of course it did. No real issues or problems noted. So that is how you change a printhead on the Anycubic Kobra X. Don't be deterred if you need to do that. I only needed to do it because of course I had the test version of the X, so they redid the printhead to the latest version following a little fault that they found in it. So they changed it, sent me a new one, changed it, and it all works wonderfully. So just again to reiterate, you won't need to do this on your version. You're getting the final version with the brand new printhead with the little issue fixed. The actual issue itself, I'm not sure of the technical issue with it or the problem. It's just something to do with the change in filament. I was having a little bit of a problem changing all the colours. Occasionally it wouldn't withdraw a filament properly. They've sorted it. It now does it absolutely fine. I've tested it now for the last couple of weeks and I've had no issues. It's been wonderful to use. It's a pretty darn fine printer. It's really good. Go and watch my review of it. If you're interested in buying one of these, I will put a link in the description. I can probably save you about $20 off the price if you follow the affiliate link that's down there. But I just wanted to show you the process of swapping the printhead, just in case you're interested, and secondly, just in case you ever need to do it in the future with yours. And I hope you found that useful. I hope you found that interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments. Did you like it? Do you want more videos of this nature? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Think about joining the Patreon, and I will see you all guys next time for some more 3D printing chaos in the 3D printing studio. Catch you later. Bye.